This college football picks week 0 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WinBet. Bet $100 at WinBet and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. We're also brought to you by the College Football Experience. Get ready for the college football season by checking out all 131 college football team previews. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CFB. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CFB.
This is Jim Mora, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan. Real money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. I'm in a land down under over here.
Yes, you are in a land down under next to Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee, aka the Dantabase. What's up, Colby?
G'day, mate.
Still the accent. Still,
good.
We're back to the college football show. Not much has changed.
Should I do my Sean Connery?
Feels so
Colby's
good.
still with horrific accents.
Feels so good.
Feels
to be
good
back.
to be back home. We got some delicious whiskey here to
should we-
enjoy. Do a little cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Kramer's now officially old.
Yeah.
Picking real games again. Preview season is over officially. Not for us NFL guys. We still got 2 more weeks.
Still got
8 divisional previews, fantasy previews. Come at us. Content machine continues on. But yeah, let me take a sip of this.
Yeah, buddy. Happy born day, man.
YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube chat alive and well. Cousin Bush checking in, saying "Buena notte, signore."
Speaking mafia.
He must be. He must be boning up on his
Which
Babbel.
dialect is that?
Babbel.com/SGP.
Sicilian over here.
Colby is my dad. 420 boys. I think I have to change my name. It's just too much to explain in other live streams. Please forgive me, Father.
They really
if you
should
want-
let you pick your name
Well,
per stream.
if you're in other live streams,
what are you
you should
doing?
be promoting the brand. What are
Yeah.
you doing? And what are you cheating on us with other live streams?
Maybe
How dare
maybe
you?
your new name can be. We'll workshop something, but SGPN works.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
college experience is the best.
Oh yeah.
How about that?
Yeah,
Guerrilla marketing.
Subscribe to the college experience.
Oh, and we're getting a little Danny Dot, some Dan Jones love in the chat. Shout out to Adi.
Yes, Adi, easy. Everyone's checking in. We are ready. We are back to talk college football. Let's go.
Oh,
Step 1, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. Step 2, sign up. Let's go. Step 3, bet $100, get a $100 risk-free bet. And take a stroll over by the WinBet Casino. 100% deposit match up to $100.
yes sir.
Yes, sir, indeed. Pac-Man Jones, former Mountaineer. Oh man, WinBet Casino open 24 hours a day. College football, all the spreads we are going to be picking, courtesy of WinBet. Bet big, win bigger with WinBet. Again, get down. College football win total still alive and well. Get in over there. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at winbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know who has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Such good music.
Yes. And also, if you haven't already signed up for the NFL Survivor Contest.
Colby, have you signed up yet?
Do you think I've signed up yet, dude? Yeah, I've been laser focused.
That's true.
All right.
You did just finish 131 team previews.
Well,
I
this is
apologize.
great because I can speak directly to Colby. Colby, you can be competing head to head with other SGPN listeners, SGPN contributors for a chance at $500 cash and a $250 gift certificate to the SGPN store. All you got to do is head over to play.runyourpool.com/SGPN. That's play.runyourpool.com/SGPN. We are actually going to be releasing an episode sometime tomorrow discussing NFL Survivor strategy. So feel free to listen to that as well. But yeah, it's going to be awesome going head to head with everyone, battling it out. And then once you sign up for our contests, use Run Your Pool for all your contests this year. Pick'em, Survivor, Fantasy, whatever it is, get in, get over there, and get going. And yeah, you'll be good to go. Play.runyourpool.com/SGPN.
Nice. I'm also in the pool market right now, so
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if Run Your Pool can work like the concrete. They're going to be digging out my backyard. Different situation, maybe.
Yes. All right. Ryan just bragging about owning a pool.
Well, not yet.
In the future.
Future.
Above ground?
Future me.
Above ground?
Come on.
I know you own some real estate in Florida.
Come on.
Right?
I am a bi-coastal real estate owner. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, are we going to talk college football?
Yes, let's do it.
What are the odds that all the times are correct?
Very, very small chance.
All right, how do we do this? I do it, you do it.
Oh, I got it right this time.
No.
Look, it's week 1 that I'll botch. Week 0, I'm so thirsty. It's there. All right, it is 100% perfect. Let's go.
Austin Peay.
The
Sean's
Governors.
Governors. There, we're for some reason we're talking FCS games. We might have to cancel one of these along the way. Western Kentucky, or they're heading to Western Kentucky. Bowling Green, beautiful, beautiful rolling hills.
Randy Cross on the call, friend of the program.
Randy Cross on the call. The first college football game of the season. 9 a.m. kick here on the West Coast. Sean, don't worry, I'll be up for at least 3.5 hours at that point. Got a little soccer tournament going on this weekend. Minus 21.5 for Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. Look, this is a relatively small spread for an FCS program. If we wanted to speculate on a money line, we're probably looking at an 8-1, 9-1 situation. Any reason to look to the FCS squad, Colby?
I mean, there's a lot of reason. Bailey Zappi threw like 5,000 touchdowns last year. He's on the Patriots.
He looks pretty good in the preseason.
The offensive coordinator, Zach Kitley, who was really cutting edge from an offensive standpoint.
Where'd he go?
Texas Tech.
Oh no, that's not good.
One of their starting receivers also trying out for an NFL roster. The other starting receiver plays at Penn State.
Uh-oh.
So they lost a lot. There's a lot of reasons why you might want to take the Governors, but at the same time, the Governors are replacing their QB. It looks like we don't know
Austin
who's
Reed's going to go.
Austin, well, for Western Kentucky, yes. Okay. Austin Reed actually beat out Jared Dogecoin. Dogecoin since transferred down to Troy.
Couldn't take the heat. Austin Peay did win 3 games in a row to end last season. They led the FCS in interceptions in 2021 with 19. This is their first season in the Atlantic Sun Conference.
That was like when you're watching a relay race at the Olympics, the 4x100, and they make the perfect baton handoff. That's a week 0 pick show, and that the baton didn't even come close to hitting the track. You see what just happened there? Sean just took your point and rattled off 3 FCS football points. We're gonna fuck shit up this year.
I think that thing we're gonna. Austin
Colby
Peay
doesn't even know what to say.
Austin Peay knows how to play pass defense to a certain degree, right?
Yes.
So if they can play pass defense, if they can get a couple of those interceptions, which they were known for last year, we also know turnovers regress. They just need to be. They just need to make Western Kentucky think a little bit. They need them to sweat it out a little bit. I mean, 21.5, although 21.5 is one of those spreads they set when a team is about to win by 45. That's what I'm worried about.
Giving me the extra half point.
No, because it's like, 21.5. Okay, there's no way they can lose this.
I think the concern is really if the offensive side of the ball for Austin Peay can keep up, because they did lose their starting quarterback. They do have Dre McCray, who's a star receiver for them, back. But I don't know who's going to start. It might be Sheldon Layman, who got some PT last year, or it could be the Middle Tennessee transfer Mike DeLello. So I think that is concerning. All that put aside, I think you got to go with Western Kentucky. They went out and they got so Zach Kitley is now at Texas Tech, but his right hand man Ben Arbuckle is going to be the
great
OC.
name, by the way.
And Austin Reed, when he was a D2 transfer from West Florida, he won a national championship there at West Florida. So pedigree. He beat out West Virginia's starting quarterback last year.
No, you just have to remember it's college football and quarterbacks matter a lot. And Western Kentucky lost a very good quarterback. Sean's right about the number, but I'm with you. I'm taking the FCS squad.
I'm actually laying the points.
You're laying the points?
Yeah.
I'm taking the FCS squad.
I'm with you, Kramer. I think the fact that the step down from Bailey Zappi, who does Western Kentucky have next week?
Hawaii on the island.
Ooh, look ahead spot to the island. We love those.
That's a far trip.
We love those.
That's a far trip.
I believe
Kentucky
that was
to Hawaii. That's
is that not something we were doing last year? Teams that were about to fly to Hawaii. I feel like at some point I think
it was the team flying back from Hawaii that we faded,
I kind of like Austin Peay here, 21.5. It does feel a bit of a trappy line.
Look,
but I'm going to take the Governors.
I think if you were to come into week 0 and just take all dogs, it might work out for you. If you're not sure.
Yeah.
And if I had to guess, everyone's going to be betting. No one knows Austin Peay. They're not even a sexy FCS school. So if you can get down on this, you're certainly going to be getting down on Western Kentucky because they're a brand name.
And also Western Kentucky, little deep nugget here.
Ooh.
They have 3 co-offensive coordinators. I think that could take a little bit to figure out.
Like
they're not
Joe
going to
Judge
hit
and Matt Patricia.
A lot of cooks in the kitchen.
They're not going to hit the ground running and light up the scoreboard. That's what I'm saying. So give me Austin Peay plus 21.5.
Sean lockstep. Colby's already off to a horrible start. All right, let's.
I let my record speak for itself.
Let's head across the pond to Sean's native land, where the great football teams of Nebraska and Northwestern will battle.
I'm your leprechaun.
On a pitch, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. So what is this? A night spot, local time over in Ireland. -13 for Nebraska. -500 on the money line. 425 for Northwestern, a team that was pretty shitty last year. 49.5 is the
both
total.
teams had the same record last year. Yeah.
Northwestern felt like they were. It feels like people forgot why Northwestern lost all those close games last year.
Or Nebraska.
Nebraska lost all those close games last year because they are a popular team that people are referencing regression about.
But they had an overhaul on offense. You know, Adrian Martinez was starting there a long time. They're shifting to this pass happy offense with Mark Whipple, who comes over from Kenny Pickett and Pitt. I think it's a good move. The question is how fast can they get that thing going? And then shout out to Scott Frost, who was bragging about his offensive lineman barfing 15 to 20 times per practice. That is always awesome.
That is a disgusting act.
Pat Fitzgerald, though, guys, let's talk about this. Every year they're terrible. He bounces back and they're like contenders the next year.
It is weird. I'm gonna bring up the Northwestern win loss because
everyone, so here's
to Colby's point. Like he's had a 3-9 year before, then comes back 7-2. Now another 3-9.
That was
year
COVID.
last year.
7-2. They won the division, played for the Big Ten championship.
My take on this game is you take the under because they're playing on a soccer field or a rugby field or a field that's not meant for football or big men pushing.
Yeah,
other
49.5 is the under over at WinBet right now.
That being said,
do we got to worry about the players partying a little bit in Dublin?
Nebraska. I've also heard people say that this is the first time that Scott Frost has had an offense that's not going to be run by Adrian Martinez. I feel like Adrian Martinez also kind of helped Scott Frost because it's not like this team was just missing a smart decision maker at the quarterback position. So if you're telling me Scott Frost, a noted loser, could possibly find a way to lose in a foreign land where things are unknown, this is an absolute money line. Like coaching,
can you imagine the flight back? He's already on the hot seat. Here's a 12-hour flight.
There is an immense amount of pressure on Scott Frost.
This is a no-brainer.
I think this Northwestern team comes in loose. No one expects anything out of this Northwestern team. And 8 of the last 11 meetings since Nebraska joined the Big Ten. 8 of these 11 matchups have been decided by 8 or fewer points, including 4 of the last 5. Like these two teams, I just don't see it being ugly, especially ugly for Nebraska. Northwestern brings back its 3 leading rushers, including 1,000-yard back Evan Hull, who scored 7 times in 2021. So I think Northwestern is just going to run the ball a ton. To Kramer's point, I like the under. I think they're going to ugly it up, and I think this game will. This has 1-score game written all over.
Not a totals guy, but you bet the under when the NFL takes to the soccer/rugby.
They're always sloppy.
Pat Fitzgerald is a defensive guy. He played linebacker at Northwestern. I know he was disgusted with how bad their defense was last year. That was the first year without their legendary DC. No, he's a Scot, man. Come on, right?
Is Fitzgerald an Irish man?
I mean, Scott Frost probably is Irish, but yeah. I mean, those bars are rocking already.
Feels like
see that?
Who are they gonna root for?
I mean, players are going to be hammered in Ireland, right? That's a safe bet.
I think you just take the under here, and we're gonna be laughing when it's a 13-7 game.
I'm going to go out and say there's going to be more barfing from the players than being in Ireland than the practices in Lincoln with the 15 to 20 barfs for the offensive lineman.
Scott Frost. Remember when you liked Scott Frost as a head coach, Colby?
I still think he's a good coach. I still think like he definitely failed last year. But that will happen sometimes. They lost all 9 games by 9 points or less
because of horrible coaching.
True. Special teams. You're right, but
that's coaching. Special teams is only coaching. So you got at some point
but you still the eye test. They were there in those games, and to me, that is an upgrade from the Nebraska we saw a few years ago.
And now there's a new quarterback. So again, theme.
A lot of change. All right. Northwestern running back. Northwestern, they're bringing in more consistency too. And again, Northwestern or Nebraska, like they lost a bunch of close games. I just don't see how they blow them out. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we all agree here. Big time money line opportunity potentially. And shout out to the chat. Research Flat Earth pointing out it's odd to him that the NFL hasn't adopted a week 0 strategy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of with you. We're taking a full week off just to let college football have their deal.
2 weeks.
That seems unnecessary.
2 weeks.
There's preseason this weekend, so there's a little bit of a conflict. Like I don't know if I'm watching Idaho State UNLV or maybe a preseason game. All right, moving on. 12:30 kick here on the West Coast. Idaho State heading to Vegas, take on the UNLV. Oh my goodness, the Rebels.
The running Rebels. What are you doing here?
Minus 23. This is probably this would be an example in the future of a game that we don't need to pick. No offense to the two.
Oh, how dare you?
Yeah, to it's pretty offensive.
2 fans of the is it the Idaho State Vandals?
Yes, and
no, the Bengals. Merrill Hodge, friend of the program,
Idaho
graduate
Vandals.
from there.
I apologize. We stayed in Moscow.
There is breaking news regarding the Idaho State program.
We're canceling this game?
No, assistant football coach Devontae Neal arrested, charged with first-degree murder.
What? This is year 1 of the coaching regime.
What?
Yeah.
Not a great way to start the program.
Are they going to be playing?
I would argue it's a great way to start the program. Look, they were 1-10 last year.
Setting the tone.
You bring in some badass motherfuckers, and you start winning.
You get the flag thrown on you to show your team you're passionate.
I just would tend to bet that most murderers probably decent football players.
Yeah, but are they good football coaches? I have zero take on this game. Other than Idaho State, not even that good of an FCS program, right?
No, they were horrible last year. That's why they brought in the new coach, and they only had 9 plays of over 30 yards or more last year. Now,
Idaho State has 51 players on its roster who are not on the team during the fall 2021 season. That's insane.
Why are we talking about this?
They've also lost 7 consecutive games versus FBS schools. They're 1-34 versus the FBS since they beat Utah State in 2000. Sean, I'm going chalky here. Give me UNLV.
I was just going to delete it. I was going to
delete the game. No, come on, let's go Rebs.
Yeah, Rebels. Let's get in on this action. They got the 5-star kid Harrison Bailey coming in from Tennessee. Mike Williams is back at wideout. They get the other wideout, Ricky White, coming in from Michigan State.
Our adopted city of Las Vegas. Why not?
It does. You do just imagine that guy like threatening the players. Like,
well, now they're like, well, shit, I
should have listened.
All right, moving on. Another 12:30 kick here on Saturday, coming from beautiful Montgomery, Alabama. Jacksonville State heading to Stephen F. Austin, where Stephen F. Austin, a basketball school, mind you, minus 2.5. 51.5 is the total. For those who don't know, the great Rich Rod is down there at Jacksonville State, and a little controversy this week, Colby.
And I'll be previewing them next year because they are joining the FBS. But yeah, we had some controversy because Stephen F. Austin, FCS playoff team from a year ago, they were reportedly spying on practices, pulling the old Al Davis.
No place in the game.
You know, so Rich Rodriguez was alerted by his daughter that there were some spies watching their practices because they don't know who's going to start at quarterback. They don't know what. And he sent the strength conditioning guy after the spies, which is just classic. I wish there was more details. Maybe
so
some
see
footage.
That was the Jets' problem. They didn't have a strength and conditioning coach to stop Bill Belichick from spying on them.
So we know they're trying to cheat, which means they're scared. What do we always say, Sean?
Take the 2.5, lay the 3.5. No, and Rich Rod,
massive spot here.
Huge coaching advantage, right?
Lock potential.
I think the question is like who are they going to start at quarterback? You know,
Doesn't
they have
matter.
three candidates. They got the kid from NC State coming in. They do return, a decent rusher. From
How do we not
ago.
have a Jacksonville State insider? I mean, come on, Colby, you're casting this giant wide net. Hit up the college football experience. Can't we have one guy spy on this?
We need a spy of our own.
They don't have like
right?
a spring game that you can walk by.
This is what we need.
We don't know a kid with binoculars
Just
at Jacksonville State.
here.
But I'm telling you,
spitballing here. We need Colby. You need someone covering every team.
Yeah,
you need a correspondent for every single team.
they'll get an official college experience patch.
They can.
They have to live on campus.
And they can manage a Twitter account.
well, wait, are we supposed to give them per diem? Because I mean, look, I'd rather use that to go to Ireland and cover Nebraska Northwestern,
they're
like one of those fans has mentioned.
They'll get a per diem to the SGPN merch store.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this for a second. Stephen F. Austin lost to Jacksonville State last year.
Yeah.
Jacksonville State was 5-6, but they still beat Florida State in Tallahassee.
Yep.
Stephen F. Austin was an FCS playoff team, lost in overtime in the first round. They returned their star quarterback Trey Self, threw for 3,200 yards, 28 touchdowns and 9 picks, and they have the best receiver in the FCS, and Xavier Gibson. So this is going to be a ball game. I look
They
for
have
revenge.
the talent. I think I'm taking Jacksonville State just because of the coaching.
If someone doesn't have God's eye, where would they find this game on the television?
This is nationally televised game, buddy.
Okay.
All these are. All right. You're good. You're coming at us. How's Kevontae Turpin looking in the NFL, guys? All right.
Why do you keep talking about these Cowboys?
Because
you understand the corporate policies.
Giants could have signed him and had a starting wideout.
Jacksonville State. Come on, we love Rich Rod in this spot.
No, I'm on Stephen F. Austin. Give me the Lumberjacks.
You just like Lumberjacks. All right, moving along. You heard his beautiful voice at the top of the show. Jim Mora starts a new world up there in the beautiful North. UConn. They head out to Utah to take on Utah State. 1 p.m. on the West Coast. Minus 27.5 for Utah State. Minus 3,000 on the money line. Plus 1754. The Huskies. 60.5 is the total. I mean, Utah State, as Colby likes to tell us all the time, they keep a nice program.
They do.
And UConn has not kept a nice program lately. And
UConn averaged 15.6 points per game last year.
We love
failing to come up with more than 17 in 5 of their last 6 games.
We love Jim Mora. We think he's going to turn things around, right? He's a stable coach, but there's no way he's turning this shit around quickly and not at altitude. Let's not forget, friends, Utah is also in the mountains, which means what? These sea level twerps from Connecticut are going to struggle to
Logan,
keep up.
Utah elevation 4,534 feet. So
high enough. High enough.
It's smoking my weed.
What do we think about Daquan Roberson, Colby?
Yeah, former 4-star recruit from Penn State comes in at quarterback, and that's what I would argue is UConn is just way more talented. They brought in transfers, an Alabama offensive lineman, Texas wide receiver. I mean, they went heavy in the portal. And you got to remember, Utah State has Bama on deck. Maybe they go a little vanilla and try not to reveal too much.
Is that the reason you take Connecticut? Because they have the massive look ahead spot against Alabama.
And you look at what they did last year. Utah State, they played a terrible New Mexico State team. They only won by 22. They played a terrible UNLV team. They only won by 4. They even played a terrible New Mexico team, not New Mexico State, but they only won by 25. So if you're basing it, I think they're in that range of like strength of team. So give me the points.
I mean, my default is to take the points, but
I think you give Jim Mora Jr. a Penn State transfer at quarterback. They're going to get I think they can get 21 points.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, he was on the show, guys. All right, do I need to?
Come on,
come
Ryan.
on. It's one
Friend
of our
of the
own
show.
here. Yeah.
Who's this? Jim Mora?
Yeah.
Friend of the program.
He did nose beers.
He did do.
Crack them open. Yeah, we asked him about.
All right. Yeah, you're right. He's pro nose beers, which means we're pro him. All right, another 1:00 kick here on the West Coast. Wyoming heads to Illinois. Brett Bielema coming off his stint coaching under Joe Judge. That was probably not a good thing. Illinois laying 11. Interesting number here. -425 on the money line. +360 for Wyoming. 44 is the total. Certainly seems like they're trying to suggest you should go take Wyoming, but I'm intrigued to see what this Illinois team does this year under Bielema. It kind of feels like they should take a step forward. I just how do you label the 11 points? Again, you default to the dog every time, right?
Illinois 1-2 as a home favorite against the spread last year. Illinois covered the only time they were a double-digit favorite last season, so that's worth noting. Wyoming, though, they lost 4 O-line starters. They also lost their top 2 quarterbacks and star running back. I don't know. That's a lot.
Look, their star running back Xavier Valade went to Arizona State, but if you listen to our DFS show last year, Titus Swen was getting just about the same amount of production late in the year. I don't think that's as big of a loss. Now, obviously, the offensive line, but I believe the offensive line is a real factor. I believe Craig Bohl keeps a good culture there. So, and I would argue that they got better at quarterback. They brought in Utah State transfer Andrew Peasley, that is a much better throwing quarterback than Sean Chambers or Levi Williams. I know they got destroyed in the portal, but I also have no faith in Illinois' passing attack or just in their entire offense. They bring in Tommy DeVito from Syracuse. I was never impressed by him at Syracuse.
I kind of liked him randomly.
Sean likes him. I mean, the statement is like Wyoming could be very overwhelmed on the line of scrimmage, right?
Yeah, the missing offensive lineman is.
So
an issue.
I'm actually going to lay the points. I think the way this number is setting up, they're trying to get some Wyoming money. So I'm going to lay the points. A rare chalk take for me on week 0. What are you doing, Sean?
I don't know.
Joining me?
I'm kind of split. Colby, you're on
Wyoming.
I heard
you're on Wyoming.
Yeah,
I heard
sprinkle a little bit on the money line.
I heard some smart opinions suggest that Illinois could really manhandle Wyoming on the line of scrimmage, and that then creates a situation where it's not hard to see a complete blowout. I mean, it's a 44. I know we're laying 11 and a 44. Total.
I don't know about Look, these are the same teams. They
Colby,
both run the ball.
Talk me into Wyoming's offense.
Okay, well, look, they get Peasley, who's a better passing quarterback, the best they've had since Josh Allen. And
who's Josh Allen?
Yeah, and look, this is a smash mouth football team. Both teams, they have the same identity. I understand they're replacing a lot, but I bet on the culture that Craig Bohl has installed in Laramie. Give me the points. I think they'll stay in this game. I think they'll stay. Ryan Walters is a good defensive coordinator for Illinois. I'm sure he'll dial up some type of package to be a problem for Wyoming, but I think Wyoming will somehow be able to drain the clock. That's another thing. There'll be 7 million handoffs in this game. So give me Wyoming and the points.
It's a big again. It's almost like they're trying to trick us into taking Wyoming. So.
No, I think I'm taking Wyoming. I like their program too.
We're throwing darts and we're all drunk. One of us might hit the board.
You're the only one who's drunk, Ryan.
I'm a lightweight.
Yeah, you're a little bit of a lightweight. We are celebrating Ryan's birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Ryan. You know what I'm getting for you, Ryan?
Oh, well.
I'm getting you
Ola.
No, not Ola.
Ola.
I'm getting you one of the best sites when it comes to one-stop gambling information. That's right. oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. Go there. Great spot to compare offers from all the major books, compare the different sign-up codes, the promos. They got it all. Player stats, game stats, play-by-play updates, bet tracking, projected game day weather. Bet tracker allows you to keep records of all your games and betting activity. oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. OddsTrader, your number one site for all your game day bets. OddsTrader, oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. Ryan, I'm also giving you a 100% deposit match over at Sleeper. That's right. Sleeper, from fantasy football, but now their new over under game. It's really a lot of fun combining these player props. You can win 2x all the way up to 20x in their over under game. Just use the promo code SGP or go to sleeper.com/SGP on your phone. Sleeper will automatically match your first deposit up to $100. Sleeper.com/SGP. Get that 100% deposit match up to $100. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Last but not least, I'm jacked up. I got that trade coffee energy. Love a delicious cup of trade coffee to get the day started right. They got they got tons of great roasters shipping all over the world directly to your mailbox. 5 million bags of fresh coffee with more than 750,000 positive reviews. Right now, new subscribers get a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping. Just go to drinktrade.com/SGP. That's more than 40 cups of coffee for free. Get started by taking their coffee quiz today at drinktrade.com/SGP and let trade find you coffee that you'll love. Drinktrade.com/SGP for $30 off.
Love the fruity notes in my dark roast. All right, we're gonna head to Tallahassee. 2 p.m. kickoff here on the West Coast. Colby liked that one. Shout out to
Tallahassee.
I mean, this
guy has 2 sips of a drink on his birthday, right? Jeez.
Ryan's face is getting red.
I mean, again,
call the Uber. Colby.
Soy Boy is having a day. Duquesne, Florida State. Again, at some point, they're down there in the humidity.
What the fuck?
35.5 is the number. How can you trust Florida State to do? I mean,
they lost to Jacksonville State last year.
Not knowing much about Duquesne, I think they're a step down from Jacksonville State, maybe.
Well, Duquesne was 7-3 last year, and they beat an FBS.
Oh boy,
beat the Ohio Bobcats.
Ohio sucked
on the road. Still, it's an FBS win. I mean, they had a better record than Jacksonville State did, and they've been to two. They made 2 automatic playoff bids. Billy Lucas back at running back. They got 2 capable quarterbacks.
Billy Lucas averaged just over 100 rushing yards in the Duke's final 4 games.
However, with that said, they get a month to prep. If last year Jacksonville State had the benefit of playing them the week after Notre Dame broke their heart, I'm taking Florida State minus the points.
Have they been spending the entire month preparing for Duquesne? I would think you would have other stuff to prepare for.
They have LSU on deck.
Are we really laying all these points?
They have LSU on deck.
Yeah, next week Florida State's in New Orleans taking on LSU.
Colby, why? That's what you lead with.
Yeah, that's what makes me
give me Duquesne plus 35.5.
The half is interesting because I can totally see that hook bringing you home.
That's why I'm worried.
All right, fuck it, let's go Dukes. Give me
Honestly,
the Dukes.
Their whole the fact that it goes at what LSU is that and then they have a bye week.
And then they're at Louisville.
So dumb. These early bye week teams, we have to punish them. Morehead State, what?
Yes,
Colby.
ESPN Plus.
All right, this is in Macon, Georgia. It's 4 p.m. here on the West Coast. Sean, do we want to cancel the Morehead State Mercer game? Mercer's laying 24. The total 60.5.
What are you guys doing?
I'm blindly taking Morehead State.
Well, why would you do that? Mercer's coach is named Drew Cronick. All right, and look, Mercer's coming off a 7-3 season in the SoCon. Fred Payton is back at quarterback. Coastal Carolina transfer. They also bring in Fred Jackson at running back, another Chanticleer transfer, and they have a wide receiver from Georgia and Ty James. Don't do that. Take Mercer. Lay the points. Morehead State lost everybody last year.
Okay,
Mercer, extremely young receiving core last season, but they're bringing in all 5 of the top receiving targets. They were all underclassmen coming in. I think Mercer might be able to light them up. I mean, what do you?
Morehead State lost their quarterback, lost their running back. You know Mark Pappas? He's playing ball in Sweden, Sean. All right.
Imagine losing your quarterback to Sweden's football league.
Now Ryan's going with
he's going
Morehead
against
State.
a Kramer.
Yeah, well, their quarterback is Grady Kramer, so maybe that's why he's going Morehead State.
I'm just protesting that we're talking about this game.
Dude,
right. I'll take Mercer.
The Giants will probably
24.
draft someone in the first round on this roster.
Give me Morehead State. Another just riveting battle here. We're going over to the beautiful, retirement home destination of Boca Raton, Florida.
Conference game. This is huge.
Where Florida Atlantic is hosting Charlotte. Like you said, early conference game. I never get why teams do this. It just feels like you're just asking for a shitty loss to a team that you would beat later in the season. Florida Atlantic laying 7.5 -275 on the money line, +245 for Charlotte. The 49ers, because we learned that they almost canceled the school in 1849, and that's why they're called the 49ers. 58.5 is the total. I do like these higher total games down here. At least there'll be some scoring excitement. Colby.
Well, they've lost 3 in a row to Florida Atlantic, but Willie Taggart is their coach. I count on them not being prepared.
We're out of here.
I'm going to take Charlotte plus the touchdown and a half. They got super senior quarterback Chris Reynolds. This guy will be able, if Charlotte can just play a little bit of defense, they're going to win this game.
All you have to say is this is a week 0 game from a Willie Taggart team.
Willie Taggart's still stuck in auto fade.
He's like a Kevin. Would you say he's Kevin Sumlin on steroids?
Remember, yes.
He literally broke the Florida State.
They lost 38-9 last year, though.
In 2 years,
Charlotte did. So
that's fine.
This is a little interesting nugget here. Both of Charlotte's all-time wins versus FAU were on the road. Charlotte is 0-4 versus FAU at home, but 2-1 away. I think there might be something to their ability to show up, and I like getting 7.5. Against a Willie Taggart team.
And I like getting them week 0. You saw Charlotte open the season last year, beat the Duke Blue Devils. It's not like the other losses they had recently to FAU have always come in the middle of the year. So I think getting them now is an advantage for Charlotte. Give me Charlotte plus the points. Sprinkle a little bit on that money line.
All right, another amazing matchup here. 4 p.m. What is this? The alma mater of the great Gus Johnson, Howard, taking on Alabama State. Alabama State -6, -250 on the money line. Howard +200, 53.5 is the total. Colby.
I'm just saying, Eddie Robinson Jr., the brand new head coach of Alabama State. Eddie Robinson.
That name sounds really familiar.
His dad's one of the more famous college football coaches ever, but he also played in the NFL for the Tennessee Titans. Oh. He was a linebacker that started for the Tennessee Titans and Jacksonville Jaguars for a while, but they brought in a great class. They brought in absolutely great. Levante Chenault, Laviska's brother, is a wideout there. They got an Auburn transfer and Demetrius Davis going to be a quarterback. They got Ezra Gray in the backfield and just really dominated the transfer portal this offseason. Better than a lot of FBS teams in the transfer portal. Give me Alabama State to take down Howard, even though Larry Scott is a Jim Leavitt guy.
Wow. I mean, this was. I thought that I assumed we would cancel this one.
Yeah, this one has cancel written all over.
So we like Alabama State, Colby.
We do.
All right. I like Gus Johnson though.
What are you doing, Kramer?
Alabama State.
All right.
I'm literally wasn't planning on picking this game, so I'm just going to copy.
Why? Why do you hate these?
Colby
why do you hate?
Colby?
Huh?
Colby got me no notes for Alabama State versus Howard. So
unbelievable.
Florida.
All right. 5:15
They're
p.m.
there. They're in there. You got to find them.
5:15 p.m.
They're in there
on the West Coast. Florida A&M.
Oh, here we go.
Takes.
No, I scroll down. It's nothing.
I even have a fucking chart. I have a chart for you right there. Oh, sorry.
Where did you put it?
Sorry, there might have been 2 things talking about it, but look, it's up there.
All right, guys, it's okay. How we're all going to take Alabama State, and then we'll have to apologize next week when they lose. Florida A&M taking on North Carolina. 5:15 on the West Coast. Carolina laying 35.5.
I'm changing my pick. I'm going Howard out of spite.
Oh yeah.
Give me Howard plus
Gus Johnson.
Yeah. I just saw their points per game, 23.64. Let's go. You're giving Howard 6 points.
That's foolish.
They'll get covered.
This is our college football expert, Sean. Florida A&M.
Willie Simmons is their head coach, former Clemson quarterback.
Dude, I mean, this is the kind of, this is the kind of game North Carolina lights it up.
Yeah, this is their get right spot.
This is how North Carolina makes people think they're good. Agree?
No, I'm going with the Rattlers. They're a good team last year. They had Destin Coates from Georgia State at the running back spot. Also AJ Davis from Pitt. They have Jeremy Musa, the Vanderbilt transfer at quarterback. Give me the Rattlers to cover this thing.
Rudy Hubbard, legendary FAMU head coach, is going to be an honorary captain for the Rattlers.
Oh, I'm saying. Does that move the needle for you?
Yes, it does. Let's go. They're gonna get this done. You guys are haters.
No, I mean I like the idea of taking UNC here to Kramer's point, and I think that
situational handicap.
35.5 is a pretty that they're desperate to get some Florida A&M action. I'm going to go UNC.
This is part of the setup too, because they have App State next week, so they're going to win big, Sean. And then they're going
to keep it vanilla. They're going to bring in Jacoby Criswell, the backup quarterback.
But they can win big, keeping it vanilla.
I think Florida A&M is a little more talented than you think, buddy.
All right, well, this is where we have to remind the audience that Colby thinks that all the FCS team, he loves all of his children, so he's never going to pick against them. All
Head coach Willie Simmons for FAMU, 25 days of banging, of hitting each other. You do look forward to hitting someone else in another color. He laughed. Our guys are excited about the opportunity, and I think you'll see a team that flies around, that plays with a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm. That's going to force Carolina to play real good football. The expectation is if they don't come in prepared and ready to play, we're going to show them how we play ball here in Tallahassee.
I'm saying Florida A&M 9-3 last year. They know how to be a good football team. And look, Carolina's probably going to get up 28-0. It's the third and fourth quarter you got to worry about for that back door being open, and that's what I'm going to bank on.
What did you tell us in the
Coley's
ACC
a backdoor
preview?
specialist.
In the ACC preview, you said North Carolina's been recruiting well.
Yes.
Which means they have talented dudes all the way down the bench.
Yes.
Okay. North Texas heads to UTEP. UTEP all the way on the left side of Texas. 6 p.m. kick here on the West
Coast.
Coast.
Game here. Awesome
Pick them 110 each way. 55 is the total. Man, this North Texas. You want to talk about a team that keeps a good program?
Yeah,
North
Seth Luttrell,
Texas.
the guy who dropped the playbook. Mike Leach's fullback that dropped the playbook for us.
Great story. Great story.
This is a great game, guys.
North Texas coming in off a strong finish. They won 5 in a row. And they kind of switched it up. They went to a more ground and pound in the team's season closing 5-game winning streak. They average 283 rushing yards per game.
Yeah.
And they're starting a 28-year-old Austin Oon at quarterback. I mean, fucking Van Wilder over here.
What do we like?
Now it's going to be at the Sun Bowl in El Paso. This place is going to be packed. And
every location is going to be lit. I forgot how fun it is to preview college football.
Yeah, no, I know that I've already been monitoring the ticket sales in El Paso, guys. The Sun Bowl is one of the best stadiums in America.
But the Miners, though, I mean, this is just, I don't think enough has changed. Like North Texas is bringing back so many of the same guys, including preseason Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year candidate, KD Davis, and UTEP let up 183 yards on the ground. I know the Miners, Colby, you're going to point out they were 5-1 last season at home. This is North Texas. They're a bunch of super seniors. They're a bunch of old guys.
One guy's a Mike Leach guy too. What are we doing? We're a pro Leach podcast. Give me the mean green.
That was my name in high school football. Mean green.
There we go.
That's cool.
What are you doing, Kramer?
Oh, I'm going to take the mean green too. Sorry. I was shocked by that completely non-ironic name. Nevada heads to New Mexico State.
It was ironic when my football coaches called it to me. They would call me Mean Sean Green because I would get my ass kicked. So there was some irony in that, not in the actual North Texas. I don't think they're being sarcastic.
No,
Texas.
Your nickname
themselves
is the one that I was referencing in my words.
Yeah, no.
7 p.m. on the West Coast. Nevada, New Mexico State, Nevada -3 or -9, -325 on the money line, +280 for the Aggies. 50 is the total.
I already bet this when it was at 13.
Oh wow.
But give me New Mexico State.
Hold on, did you see that?
Give me New Mexico State.
Did you hear that?
Give me Jerry Kill.
I already got ahead of this line. Still at 9.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I can't see you down there. Are you okay? All the way down there at 9. I was at 13.
Yeah. Was that? I think it opened at 14. So
yeah, I mean, you're just
get in there.
I'm just trying not to get cut with these razor blades.
Buckle up.
Aren't you a little worried, Colby?
No.
New Mexico State. Oh, well, actually, never mind. I was looking at the Nevada 7-0 straight up in its last 7 road games against New Mexico State.
True.
No, that's straight up.
Well, Nevada's been a great program, but they lost everybody.
Everyone's gone.
And Jerry Kill comes in, who's the fixer, man. He can fix any program. He brings in a slew of transfers. I know they did get just one little injury that I was a little concerned about, but New Mexico State's just a better team right now. They're the better team flat out.
Weren't they horrible last year?
Take the 280 on the money line.
I agree. This is an absolute
New Mexico State
spot.
4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games against Nevada.
This is a no-brainer. I mean, Nevada might be a good team in a little. There's just there's no reason for them to be 9-point favorites.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't know. I mean, it's obviously based off the fact that most people don't know what the fuck they're doing. Most people don't preview 131 teams.
FCS previews dropping tomorrow, guys.
All right, stay tuned for
Who
that.
greenlit that?
College football experience.
All right,
subscribe. Yeah, I'm on New Mexico State. I mean, they're a good enough program. They've played them competitively in the past. I don't see why they should be 9-point home dogs.
We're almost through this gauntlet of week 0 games. Vanderbilt heading to the Big Island. Well, not really the Big Island, but they're heading to Oahu, Hawaii. Shout out to Timmy Chang. Although
Chang gang,
we're a June Coach June Jones podcast, so kind of wish he was the head coach at this point. Vanderbilt laying a big number here, 8. When's the last time Vanderbilt was an 8-point favorite against anyone, let alone on the road? A long travel, -300 on the money line, +265 for Hawaii. For the Rainbow Warriors, 53.5. It's a situation where the number was 6. It's now 8. It's going to be 10 and maybe 12, 14.
Yeah, at what point do we take the Rainbow Warriors though? Right? Because this thing opened. This was like a 1 or 2 point spread not that long ago.
The issue is you have a program that is coming from, like, the only reason to take Hawaii is the location edge.
Well, and the fact, I mean, Vanderbilt did lose by 20 to an FCS last year.
yeah.
So
you would think that they're taking a step in the right direction.
No, I do think so.
And they're an SEC team, and so coming to a program that has faced a tremendous amount. You've talked about some other teams that have been ravaged by transfer portal, by turnover, coaching change.
But I'm just saying, where's that number for you? Where would you take the Warriors then?
Your words about Timmy Chang scared me off any number. You said he's not a head coach. He's not qualified to be running this team. They're going to get destroyed, dude.
I mean, I'm taking Vandy, but I'm saying, at what point do we
2 touchdowns?
If this is at 13, do we take?
No.
I will say this. That stadium is going to be packed, the Ching Complex Center, because they love Timmy Chang. So he is a man of the people.
How embarrassing. He's not, I mean,
he might not have been qualified to become the head coach.
What did this open at?
Dude, this was like a 2-point line when it opened. So it's already gone.
Slowly
that far.
people are realizing that Hawaii has no players. I mean, if you're going on if you're making a case for Hawaii, 3-0-1 against the spread as a home underdog last year. 11-1 against the spread in their last 12 FBS openers. So
no, thank you.
But again, I think I think those stats are deceiving because it's a completely different program and all those guys aren't there. Vanderbilt though, 5-1 against the spread their last 6 games. So they've actually been competitive against the number, ending last season, going into this season. Vandy's 28-12 straight up versus non-conference opponents over the last 10 years. So, not obviously an amazing program, but when they're playing out of conference, something like Hawaii, I think they should be able to hang.
Look, I think there's reason to be optimistic. This is a process. They're at least in like further along in the process than Hawaii.
Yeah.
And so being that they're an SEC school, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that if they're facing a team that's barely qualified, like they're not going to be competitive in their conference. Vanderbilt should be able to handle them.
Yeah, I mean, we're
going to talk a lot of shit about the SEC, so it's a win-win situation. Lock dog tease.
Before we get to that, shout out to personal favorite. I mean, they're all my children, but hola, me encanta football americano. That's right. That means I like football, baby. I love football. I also love Babbel. Babbel is great. It's the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Addictively fun and easy to learn a new language. Again, you guys are all fluent in the language of DGens, but hey, maybe you want to travel abroad, go to Italy, or maybe there's a girl you got a crush on who speaks German. Babbel can help get you going, get you started here, and really, teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. Help you learn languages. 20-day money back guarantee as well if you don't like it. And again, really cool. Like they give you 15-minute lessons, make it super easy. Next thing you know, you are habla español. It is es muy importante. Highly recomendado. See, I haven't figured out what highly recommend is because we haven't gotten there in the Babbel yet. I've done I know a little bit of Spanish, but I've picked it up here or there. I've never done something like this that's as fun as Babbel. And again, you got your apps, you just fire it up. You're good to go. Right now, you can save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to Babbel, BABBEL.com/SGP, BABBEL.com/SGP for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. And we are also brought to you by Elias and their game plan app. I've been using this thing. I really enjoy it. What's really cool about Elias, you guys have probably already heard of Elias. You know, see them. Oh, our friends at Elias came up with this crazy stat. The Elias Bureau there. It's a bunch of trained statisticians who are just cranking out. Pronounce it, Ryan. If I'm
no, you got it.
Yeah, but it was the lead up. It was like
it's the amount of effort or like the amount of focus that you put into it. It's just funny every time. I mean, you're doing a great job. Sean.
Thank you.
You're doing a really statistician.
Statisticians.
There you go.
Statistician. Hey, I'm looking up. They got NFL information, preseason. You got sides, totals, a lot of great stuff there. A lot of great nuggets to help you win at betting and do better in fantasy. The cool thing is, it's not some algorithm. It is, you know, to quote the Happy Gilmore, this is handmade quality shit we're talking about with the Elias Game Plan app. Make sure you download it. You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna help you out. Bet smarter, not harder, with the Elias Game Plan app. All right, Kramer, lock, dog, tease, and bonus lock.
Lock.
Yes.
Northwestern. Plus the
damn.
points. Bonus lock. Jacksonville State plus 2.5.
Oh my God. Highway robbery. These are my two games.
Dog. New Mexico State plus 280.
Okay.
And the insanely crazy as shit week 0 teaser special.
Let's
you ready
go.
for this? Jacksonville State plus 8.5. We're gonna go Alabama State just on the money line, and we're gonna go Vandy down to -2.
That's how you play it.
All
right. Oh man, you're taking all the good ones here, Ryan.
You're welcome.
I want to take Wyoming, but I'm a little worried about their offensive line.
We just take a minute to just realize we're back to picking football games.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
I'll take Charlotte plus 7.5 as my lock. Bonus lock. I'm gonna have to steal the Jacksonville State plus 2.5 for my dog. Sorry, Nebraska. You guys kind of suck. Give me Northwestern on the money line. Fitzgerald with some Fitz magic. Give me a plus 425 in a neutral field.
Some maybe some leprechaun magic.
Oh yeah. All right, for my tees, give me Wyoming up to 17.
Oh wow, that's wild.
I'll go UNLV down to 16.
Ooh, North Texas to +6.
North Texas. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh shit. I really like North Texas. Too.
Did you hear the
North Texas up to 6? Although, you know what? Do I make North Texas one of my locks?
Did you hear the one about how 6 was more key than 7 in the NFL last year?
Deep.
You know what? I'll go for my bonus lock. I'm replacing Jacksonville State with North Texas. Pick them. Let's go.
I like it, buddy.
And I'm gonna then swap in for my tees. I will make Jacksonville State plus 8.5. So to recap, Charlotte plus 7.5, Northwestern on the money line, and then we got Wyoming plus 17, UNLV -16, Jacksonville State plus 8.5. Bonus lock, North Texas.
We need a graphic this year for the college.
All right,
lock dog teases.
Let's get it going.
Locking up. I am locking up New Mexico State plus 9.
Shit, let me ask you: is New Mexico State money line a better dog than Charlotte, or Charlotte a better dog?
Well, the money line. What? Charlotte's no. New Mexico State, and I think your chances are a little bit better with New Mexico State.
Okay.
But holding. Yeah, I'll go New Mexico State money line too. Double that thing up.
Hodl.
Yeah.
Hodl.
And then the bonus lock.
I just realized all these are the dates are all wrong on the on our sheet.
No way.
No, right?
Yeah, these are all taking place in August, not September.
Oh, but they're right otherwise. They're right.
Whatever.
But they all
August,
they're all happening on Saturday.
Yeah.
Confirm. Okay.
You're funny. You're funny. So give me the plus 280 on New Mexico State money line, and then let's go the.
So you're doubling up on New Mexico.
I am. I'm sold. Man.
Oh, this is a classic.
I gotta get out. Should I abort my dog pick to Charlotte now?
The tees. Let's bring down UNLV to what 17. UNLV minus 17.
Yes, I did the math wrong. I said 16.
Let's bring down Vandy to 2. And let's bump up Wyoming to 17.
Yep.
And bonus lock, give me Wyoming plus the 11 points.
Wow, a lot of overlap, Colby. That's a method for failure.
Research Flat Earth says tell Kramer to throw out a birthday mega parlay.
Birthday mega parlay.
Yeah.
All right, here's the parlay. We're gonna go Illinois minus 11. Jacksonville State money line, Charlotte money line, North Texas pick'em.
Okay.
Fuck, I think we should have locked up Alabama State minus 6 too. You know,
I got it in my teaser.
We only have so many locks to
bonus lock Alabama State minus 6.
Are you swapping that out for Wyoming?
Swap that out.
I've actually created
that's easy money right
the
there.
Standings page can hold as many as 4 locks per episode for the.
We're good. Can't make
I
the
knew
entire
this might
house
happen.
locks. Alabama State is Colby's bonus lock. We've got that figured out. Hey,
Jesus.
Follow us on Twitter at Gambling Podcast. We'll tweet out a graphic with all the picks and check out the newly relaunched college football picks page. Got that up. It's available in the app. Got all your favorite picks. ATS. Subscribe, rate, and review. And when you review, if you're doing a review of the Sports Gambling Podcast, screenshot it, open up your app, and click contest, submit it. Giving away a $50 gift card to the merch store every Monday, aka Merch Madness. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
He is Ryan.
Just shout out to Bud Foster for being a great dude.
Kramer. Let it ride.